Okay, well, thank you. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm starting a new series. Had something happen with my old one. But I have nothing but my truck. Just bought a property. Asked them in there how to get there. He told me. It's a farm that they used to deal with, and now it's mine. So I will catch you when I get to that farm. Or, well, how about you just take a ride with me? I don't know what I'm going to have for equipment. As you can see, I've got 5,283,720. And, well, I I don't know what I'm going to do equipment-wise. I know this was a John Deere dealership. He told me he can get me whatever I want. And, well, can be delivered. So, that's good to know. He said dairy is definitely a good market in Wisconsin here, so we're going to do that. I've got a couple outdoor pastures, he said. One probably would be heifers. Two, the other one might be beef. There's a couple more he says I own, but they're a little further away. It's up to me if I want to travel like that, I guess. This is a feed mill he says you will do a lot of business with because they can dry the corn for you. You can sell your hay. Or buy hay, I don't know yet. And also take grain to be milled. So he goes, once I get out here, he goes, why don't you see what needs to be done and go from there? Because he goes, I guarantee there's crops there because of the time of when it is, and it's the last of August. So he said, your goal would be to get what you can harvest. So he goes, see what it is, get a tractor, get a combine, get a grain truck or something to haul it, or gravity wagons, whatever you feel like you need to do, or both, and go from there. So, I mean, the guy was very good. He wasn't pushy on John Deere equipment, which I like. Not saying I wouldn't have any, but he wasn't pushing me, per se, which is good. Now, he said once I came to the stop sign up here, if I look to my right, and he said it should be corn because he was just up here with a delivery, and it is. That cornfield is mine, which is good to know. So let's pull over here real quick. That's what I wanted to do. Jump out. So this cornfield is mine, and this field is 30 acres. It'll definitely get me a lot of earlage or silage. So that is great. That is great. It's good to know because I told him my goal is by winter to have the lactating cows, at least half of what the barn could hold. The other half would be on pasture, and I'll get them earlier. So that's good to know. He said once I get to the whoa, there's a car. I should pay attention to more what I'm doing and not driving than looking at the field. He goes, once I hit the end of the cornfield, there's a lane or a driveway, and this would be the driveway on the other side of it. Now, that being said, this is one of my outdoor pastures, and that would probably access over there maybe. But he goes, there's a field right behind it that should be yours also. And it is. And as you can see, it is another cornfield. So I definitely will have enough for silage out of the two and go from there. So that is great because this whole area, I guess, is 31 acres. This pasture here is 11 acres. So I'd probably start in the smaller one for silage, just because it could yield a lot, and that's another month away. That's in September when you get that far. But he's told me I probably, if he remember, I do access this one from here. Here's the gate to get into the pasture. He said once I get into the farm, he goes, the last time he was out here, the guy was planting sorghum. And well, if he says as much sorghum that was planted, I may not chop it all for silage. He told me a key would be about 200 to 230 liters of both. Fill that in the silo. That would get you through the winter months. He goes, then you have grass that you can substitute into the silage where the sorghum is for the haylage. So I think that's a good thing to do, and I'm going to take him up on that. As I'm looking down through here, I see the other fields, and once I get parked, we'll tour the farm a little bit. He says once I see red barns and stuff to my right, just go a little bit, and you'll find the driveway to the left. And whoa, I'm watching everything more than I'm driving. I looked to my left, and I wanted to go to my left. I looked to my right, I want to go to my right. And I don't know if I'm getting hit from behind or what, but he says I do have a lot of hayfield, which I see that. I do. I definitely do. Which is good, because I want to make a lot of hay, because the outdoor pastures. He said make sure you use the feed mill enough to have mineral feed. I will need that for cows. He also told me to use the grass also for haylage, but maybe late, get it when I'm not harvesting sorghum. Now, when I pull back in my lane, as you can see, I've got another cornfield, and here's the sorghum field, one of them, over there, which he says I could start chopping that today if I wanted to also. Besides running any grain crop out here. So that's something I've got to look at too, to see if I have anything that I need to put a combine in right now. But this sorghum field is pretty big. Which, hey, it's fine. And he said he can deliver most of everything, which I think I'll let him. He says I already have 2 tanks sitting here, fuel. One's diesel, one is DEF. So let me park up here by my house, and let's take a quick tour of what I have. And that is my house, guys. So here's where the dairy barn is. He said I don't need anything to feed on the inside, but if I walk to the left over here, there should be a button. Close. Oh, there's the button. I hit it. And, oh, square bells can go up there. And this is a nice barn. Okay. Nice barn. So I just pull the hay wagons through the pasture here and unload them and hope the cows don't get out. And here's the pasture for the cows. Oh, here's where the milk truck will come to pick up milk. Don't got that big of a milk house, but I guess I don't need a big one. It's not a tie stall. These are all for the cows. It's calves and whatnot. Um, and this, of course, goes out to the door I just was at. So I will have, whenever I have a calf or whatever, they would be in here. But he says if I walk this aisle to the other side, go here. Oh, I have placeables in here, but this is where I milk the cows. And then out this door goes to my feed room, where I will store some things for feed. And then right here is where I'll get my silage stuff, which that's good. That's good. And he says, I'll have a barn across from it. Let's get these doors open for cold storage. That's pretty good size, I think. Depends on what I use. I might be able to get it all in here. And he says, you'll have a freestall barn. There. Oh, there's the hay barn. That's a hay barn. That's the commodity shed. He says, once you come out there, if you... where the milk barn is. Milk right here. I milk right here. He says, if you open... you can open the gate here. Go around to here. And there you go. This is how they come in and out from the milk house. They're over here. I don't know if it's fenced off over here. Nope, but it's how I scoop it and put in manure there. So they come out on the other end and go to the pasture. But he says this is where I feed them. So that's just, I guess, depends on where I want to get them from. Now he said they added a shop up here, which let's walk to it. Right before the guy sold, he said he didn't have a place to work on equipment, so he wanted to make it. And he said he had a surprise behind the shop. So let's go in here real quick and see what the shop looks like. He said it creeps some weeds in there, which, you know, that's fine. That's fine. They may die over time, but I'm not going to spray weed killer in here. But he says this is where I would work on equipment. I got a welder, oxygen tank. He says if I go to the toolbox... ah, okay. This is how I do it. So that's good to know. That is good to know. He said there's a light switch, and that door goes into the farm office. He said this is where the brains would be. He added it this way. He had added a bathroom in there, coffee maker, microwave, and I think this is where hot water tank and all this would be probably, and it is. So that's good. That's good. At least I have an office. He said all the lights are tied together and switches, so like this one would turn everything on out here, and vice versa. I better leave the door open. And he said there's also a storage room right here. He said this would be perfect for seed because you just got the air compressor, that way it's not loud in there, and you store some things, maybe a pressure washer in here. So that's good. Now he said once you come out, if you turn to this way. Oh, he made a greenhouse. He said this was something that he wanted to make money on the side, and I think that's what we're going to do ourselves. We'll plant something in here. Might be something I'll do first too to help make some extra money. But down here is my side. He said these are bunkers. So instead of I might try to dump over. I don't know. I doubt I will. Then again, I may not have a whole lot in it because I've got silos. At least not right now, but he goes, when I clean out this barn, the manure goes down here. What I don't know, I think this is solid manure here, and I think up here, yep, I think this is where the lagoon, so I'll have to figure out how to pump it out of there. So, well, it almost, well, I see a field, hold on. I think I'm gonna have to get a combine and run some crops right now. He says if it's oats, take it to the feed mill. Yep, I've got 11 acres of an oat field to run. And he says take that straight to the feed mill, have them turn it into mineral feeds. And then here's the pasture that I showed you. So I don't know what I have on the other side of the farm. Let's see. So I need to get a combine. I need to get a grain truck. More than likely, I think a semi might be best, but I got to dump into here with an elevator, an auger. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Over here of the farm is grass, but looks like there's a bare field right here. So this field could be something I can plant for fall right away, getting it ready. Now it looks like I have something over here also that needs ran, but I don't know if it's part of mine or not. Let's see. I mean, it has its own driveway, but I don't think that's part of my farm. And it's owned by Jimmy Caldwell, so it's not mine. So this ends mine right here. So as you see, guys, I don't have a whole lot, but I have a lot. I should probably do a lot of self-propelled stuff just because it would be easier. So I think I better get to the farm office and order stuff to be delivered to, one, start on the oats. I probably should get something to start running sorghum for silage. So, well, if you like the new series I'm starting and like how I designed it, I probably should order some containers for the mineral feed too. So anyhow, if you like all this and want to watch this series and all that, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up, guys. I love Westby. It's a great map. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. If you enjoy just trying to do something more real life, I definitely would check this out. So, as that being said, you have a great day. I'm hoping to get everything back on a normal schedule when it comes to posting on my YouTube. Until then, I'll just keep pushing it out when I can. And y'all have a great week.